I know you've considered this. I mean, you are arguably among a handful of most famous people in the world. So, from a family standpoint, your kids will know your greatest moments. They'll also know your struggles. How will you guide them through what they will need to understand when they get a little bit older?
Just be upfront and honest. Simple as that. My dad was the same way. He made mistakes. My mom did as well. We've all had troubles, and we've all had successes. And you can't go through life without having mistakes. And the whole idea, that's one of the reasons my father was just so adamant, so ardent about that. And it's about bouncing back and coming back better. And that's the whole idea. You're going to get knocked down. Whether you decide to pick yourself up or not, dust yourself up and come back better, is a decision that one has to make within oneself. And that's sometimes a very difficult decision to make.
Now, you this year you got a T4 at the Masters, T4 at the U.S. Open. That that most people would be pretty good with that start, but it's certainly not what we are looking for from the best player in the world. What are the issues that you're struggling through as you climb back into this?
Well, it's just that I took a long time away from the game, and when I came back, my first tournament back was major championship, and normally that's not the case. Guys play their way into shape. And basically, if you count out the rounds I've played, that's basically where I am in March, starting out the season. So I feel like I'm right on course, and the game's starting to come around.
Now, from a personal level, you talked also when you were here about being in therapy from the news of earlier this year, and how are you balancing those issues with your comeback, getting back to really where you want to be?
Well, I got great peers, and I've got great friends, and they've been so supportive and so understanding, and have helped me through a lot of life's troubles, as well as just trying to get synergy back and balance back in my life with a lot of change happening and trying to come back and play again. It's been a lot, and here we are, and I feel like my life's actually pretty balanced.
I had like 3 tournaments over the last week, and I talked to 50 golfers. And what would you ask Tiger Woods? Remarkably, none of them are really interested in your personal life. But they do have a couple of issues, if I can throw a couple of quick things at you as far as golf technique is concerned. Putting, do you putt with a particular hand? Is there a power source that the average golfer that you play with every now, I know you don't play with a lot of average golfers, but is there a power source in putting? What would you tell our viewers?
For me, my feel all comes in my right hand, whereas Dave Stockton promotes the left hand, the lead hand. That was his feel hand. Different players are different things. One of my best friends out here is Steve Stricker. He puts nothing but with his left hand. His right hand is just along for the ride. And I'm the exact opposite of that. And you can be, I just think that for me, I roll the ball, I'm right-handed, I can roll the ball better with my right hand. And that's always been my feel. Whereas, other players are different.
And then as far as the swing is concerned, is there a particular power source? Is there a hand in the full swing?
Well, speed is God-given. Either you have speed or you don't. Carlos was never going to be slow. Okay, it is what it is. Jordan was never going to not jump high.
Right.
But there's certainly, that's either you have fast twitch or you don't. It is what it is. But a lot of the power that I've been able to generate comes from my legs. It comes from my core and my legs. And if you'd have to say that for most ball players, most athletes, it is generated from the ground up. This is a ground-based sport. And because of that, using the legs, using the power source from the ground up, you can generate quite a bit of power.
Okay, and then finally, the first part of your whole life, I was about to say career, just a tremendous story. Now you're really being challenged. Now you're coming back from a personal issue, from an injury issue. How would you write the rest of your life's chapters? I mean, how will you control them and be the one who decides how the last chapters are written?
I'll keep living and see where the cards fall. and that's all I can do is just do the best I can each and every day, and that's all I can do.